And now there are 3. Samsung's family of foldable devices has a new member, this one right here, and it's the new shape that Samsung has been teasing all month.
I think this might be my new favorite foldable.
If you're a fan of foldables, this is going to be a very exciting year. Hi, I'm MICHAELJOSH, your gadget matchmaker, and over the last decade, I've made it my job to show people around the world that tech can be easy, fun, and exciting. On this channel, I get you special access to the events I attend, the places I go, the things that bring me joy, and all the interesting people I get to meet along the way. So, if you'd like to find out about Samsung's new foldable and flippable smartphones, give the channel a like and subscribe, and I'll help you find the right one to match your needs.
This is our first look at the Samsung Galaxy Z 8 family, including the Z Flip 8, Z Fold 8 Ultra, and the all-new Z Fold 8.
First, let's talk about these OGs. On the outside, both are pretty undistinguishable from last year.
But they're thinner, more durable, have brighter displays, bigger batteries. And one of them got a promotion. For the first time, Ultra comes to the fold. This is the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, the successor to last year's Fold 7. And if you know Samsung, Ultra means one thing: the best of the best. This is Samsung honoring the heritage of the form factor that started it all, and giving it everything. Well, almost everything.
So, what makes it an Ultra? Well, a couple of things.
Let's start with the cameras. The ultra-wide jumps from 12 megapixels on the Fold 7 to 50 on the Fold 8 Ultra, next to the 200 megapixel main. With Samsung's new Pro Visual Engine, you get better ultra-wide shots, even at night. Both lenses now shoot at 8K, so if you shoot video for a living, this is, at least on paper, a pocket production rig. These are welcome changes, but given the Ultra branding, I wish Samsung would have included a better periscope telephoto camera too, like the 50 megapixel 5x tele on the S26 Ultra. Design-wise, the camera layout looks familiar, what's now become Samsung's design signature, but the frame around it has a transparent quality to it that makes it look more like it's part of the phone. They call it Ambient Island. Also coming to the phone is a new editing tool called My Fan Cam, which lets you crop and reframe any footage so it keeps the subject in frame no matter the aspect ratio you choose. One of the biggest upgrades is one that I've been asking for. The battery on the Fold 8 Ultra is now 5,000 milliamp hours, up from 4,400 on the Fold 7. That's almost a 14% improvement. In a phone that's even thinner than last year. Yep, at 4.1 millimeters unfolded, this is the thinnest fold Samsung has ever made. According to Samsung, it's also the thinnest in the market, period. Bigger battery, thinner phone, but how? Well, Samsung has quietly started its silicon carbon era, and here's everything you need to know about silicon carbon batteries. They're excellent at packing more capacity into a smaller footprint. The problem, silicon expands and contracts every time it charges. Not great inside a phone that folds. So Samsung engineered their own version. The silicon sits inside a porous coating, so it can expand in there instead of swelling the whole battery. Add a re-engineered cathode with proprietary chemistry they won't disclose. What you get? More capacity in an even thinner phone. Samsung also changed the charging architecture. 2 separate battery cells are charged at the same time, so you get faster charging, now 45 watts or about 67% in 30 minutes, without giving up longevity. And the good news? These larger batteries and faster charging are coming to all 3 models.
Because I travel a lot with multiple devices, I always want my charging situation to be as simple as can be. So lately, I've been using EcoFlow's newest charging accessories. You might remember them from a video I did a while back featuring their portable fridge, air conditioner, and robotic lawnmower. This is the EcoFlow PB517. It's a cable, wall charger,
and a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank built into one device. Here's how I use it. First, I safely plug it into the wall. To 1, top up the power bank thanks to bypass direct charging. 2, use the built-in cable to charge my phone at the same time. And 3, plug in an extra cable to charge something else, like my earbuds. Its built-in retractable cable makes such a huge difference when you're on the go. Just pull and charge, no fumbling around. It feels premium and durable, and it glides smoothly and quietly. I like that it can lock at different lengths too. The textured finish on this is especially nice because it stays pretty fingerprint resistant. Plus, it's got a built-in screen so you can see both the battery and charging status. It also features automotive-grade X-Guard safety and a flame-retardant shell for reliable, secure charging wherever you go. The EcoFlow PB517 is the all-in-one device that can replace your charger, cable, and power bank. If you're looking for something smaller, there's the PB515. This one has the same capacity of 10,000 milliamp hours, but is more compact and has a really comfortable one-hand grip. And it weighs about the same as the iPhone 17 Pro Max. It's small enough to fit even in some of my favorite bags. It also has a built-in cable, so when you're in a rush, you don't need to pack one. Just grab it and go. Finally, EcoFlow also has the Rapid Mag Qi 2.2 power bank. It's also got 10,000 milliamp hour capacity, but this one snaps onto the back of your phone with a really strong magnetic hold. It's also got a built-in stand, which is great for watching videos, FaceTime calls. If you're looking to simplify your charging scenario, I'll put links to all 3 products in the description box below. Thanks to EcoFlow for sponsoring this video. Right. Remember the crease, what I used to call the gutter? It was pretty bad on the Z Fold, and that's sort of been fixed on the Z Fold 8 Ultra and Z Fold 8. There's a brand new titanium alloy film inside the display now, 1/3 the thickness of a human hair. It replaces 2 polymer layers, making the whole display module 10% thinner. Plus, there's a titanium plate underneath with micro laser cuts so it folds better, and a redesigned hinge. It's tighter with updated magnets, which improves overall durability, but more importantly, gives you this. It springs open. There's a tension to it now. It feels alive. The crease is still there, but it's less visible, and more importantly, it's less pronounced when you feel it. Speaking of feel, all of this is intentional. Here in London, Samsung's design head told me comfort was their core design direction. Every line, curve, and material has a purpose. They design for the moments, how it opens, and how it holds. So the sides get a gentler slope, a softer edge, less flat area, so it feels slimmer in the hand. And then there's a little bevel carved into the side, so your fingers dig in easily, and with that spring-loaded hinge, it's also now easier to open. Small things, but you feel them 50 times a day. Overall, the Ultra isn't just a rethink, it's a refinement. And honestly, one this form factor deserves. Inside, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy, same as the S26 series. Its display goes up to 3000 nits in brightness and has this nice anti-reflective coating, perfect for when you're outdoors. And baked inside, a host of AI features, like an expanded Now Nudge, which is more proactive this year with intelligent automation across any screen. And does it work? Yes, but for more, wait for our full review. On the Ultra, colors are darker and intentionally more mature. A dark purple called Violet Shadow, Graphite, and Cream, and a special online-only edition, Green Shadow. Chic, grown up, very Ultra.
Next up, the Galaxy Z Flip 8. I love to do that.
Where the Ultra is all about productivity, the Flip is portability, style, and vibrant energy. You can see it in the colors. Pink is the signature, cream, plus graphite, and an online exclusive mint. Like the Z8 Ultra, it too is the thinnest and lightest Galaxy Z Flip ever. At 6.1 millimeters, 180 grams.
Samsung claims this is the thinnest foldable, and this is the thinnest flip phone in the market today.
And finally,
if you're a Flip fan, I think the biggest news this year is that it's powered by that same Snapdragon processor.
No new titanium alloy film here, but that's on purpose. The Flip's hinge is built the opposite way, rigid instead of springy, because this is the party trick. Flex mode, set it to any angle, 90 degrees, whatever you want, and it stays put, like your own built-in tripod. Perfect for filming yourself. Speaking of filming, there's a new camcorder mode, and for the first time on a flip, steady shot, which we first saw on the S26. Twist the phone a full 360 degrees, and the horizon just stays level. But the biggest change is the cover screen, another big-time wishlist item of mine. Closed, it now acts like an actual smartphone home screen. Swipe down from the top right, control center, top left, notifications, swipe up, full app drawer. From here, you can now access more app via the optional Samsung app Multi-Star. It's still a labs feature, and you still have to download that separate app to enable it, which in some ways baffles me. But at least you no longer need to be a power user to figure it out. Now Brief is better too, over 100 cards. And for the first time, you can create custom cards using Galaxy AI. For example, you can make one for weather, health if you want something fitness related, or videos if you want certain content served to you. Let's say I have allergies, which I do. I can ask it to show pollen levels every morning when I wake up, and then Galaxy AI will generate a custom card that will show up on Now Brief every day, as well as on the cover screen.
And now let's talk about the device that I'm most excited about, the new Fold 8.
What Samsung calls the beginning of a new generation for Galaxy Fold.
So this week in London, I actually sat down with representatives from Samsung, and they told me something very interesting. They did a lot of studies about how people like you and me use our phones, and one thing they found was that media consumption is king, and that led them to the conclusion that two devices or two foldable devices are not enough. We need a third device exactly to consume media.
Now, some will say this shape is just a reaction to those foldable iPhone rumors. It's not. Samsung showed this exact form factor in a concept video back in 2014, over a decade ago. The idea was always there. They just went a different direction first. So why now? Because now the tech caught up. The displays, the silicon carbon cells, it's finally thin enough they could afford to make it wider. After many different prototypes, they settled on passport proportions, and it's the balance that sells it. This thing is almost as pocketable as the Flip. Closed, you get a 5.5-inch cover screen. Scrolling a feed is a little squarish, but open a reel or a TikTok, and the full vertical video fills the screen with the controls tucked neatly down the right side. It just works for short form. And opened up at 7.6 inches,
It's about exactly the same size as my Kindle.
genuinely perfect for reading. It's 10:16 closed, 4:3 open, which also means the cover screen keyboard is wider. You can properly type on this thing closed. At 201 grams, it's the lightest fold-style phone on the market. The Fold 8 has dual 50-megapixel cameras, wide and ultra-wide, plus dual recording, front and back rolling at once. Creators, you already know. Same Snapdragon chip, a slightly smaller 4,800 mAh battery, but still that new Samsung silicon carbon tech, and bigger than last year. Same faster 45-watt charging speeds. Colors here are muted on purpose. Lavender is the signature, graphite, cream, and the online exclusive pistachio, where the Flip shouts, this one whispers. Across the whole Z8 family, all three are Qi 2 ready, but in the interest of thinness, allegedly, magnets are not built in. Don't worry, almost every Samsung case has magnets built in. It's IP48 across the board. Storage and RAM carry over, 12 gigs for 256 gigabytes and up, and 16 gigs on the 1 terabyte model. So, 3 foldables, 3 very different people. The Fold 8 is the productivity maximizer, heritage form factor, everything cranked up to the max. The Flip 8, pure style, the smallest but loudest, the most you of the bunch. And the new Fold 8, the new beginning, built for the way most of us actually use our phones. Watching, reading, scrolling. The one I keep reaching for, and I have a feeling I'll be using a lot. Same family, 3 ways to experience it. I've got all 3, and they're coming with me back home to New York. And yes, Sydney, where I'm running my first marathon with the also just announced Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra 2. There's plenty more from Samsung at their Unpacked event in London today, including new Galaxy eyewear made in partnership with Google, Gentle Monster, and Warby Parker, and a new Galaxy credit card.
And that was our first look at the new Samsung Z Flip 8, Z Fold 8, and Z Fold 8 Ultra. Which of these foldable devices is your favorite? Let me know in the comments section below. If you haven't already, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we post our review videos. Follow me on social media for all the behind-the-scenes fun, travel, and fashion. And for news and updates, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. From here in London, I'm Michael Josh. Thanks for dropping by.